told you that selling on Amazon is easier now than it was just 4 years ago. Not harder, not more crowded, easier. Crazy, right? Because all we ever hear is that it's too saturated or impossible to break through. But a brand new report just dropped and it tells a very different story. So if you're a brand selling on Amazon or thinking about it, this might just be your moment. Stay with me because I'm going to break down the data, or is it data? Share some surprising insights, and give you actionable tips to capitalize on this unique opportunity. My name is Emma Shermer-Tamir, and I've been helping over 2,500 brands launch and grow on Amazon since 2016. That's thousands of listings, many millions of revenue, and more algorithm changes than I can count. But this Marketplace Pulse article that just dropped genuinely surprised me because it actually confirmed something that I've been feeling for quite a while now. Competition is thinning on Amazon. In this video, I'll be showing you why that's happening and what you should be doing right now to grow your brand while the window is still open. Oh, and if you stick around to the end, I'll be sharing my #1 strategy that I recommend for brands looking to break away from the competition in 2025. All right, let's dive into the good stuff. As I mentioned, Marketplace Pulse recently dropped a new article titled "Amazon is Less Competitive Than 4 Years Ago." Just that name alone definitely triggered a flood of content and responses on the internet. So I've read the article and I have 4 stats in particular that really stood out to me that I thought were important to discuss in today's video. The first stat, there is a decline in active sellers. So a direct quote, "Despite adding nearly 1 million new sellers annually, the number of active sellers has declined from over 2.4 million to under 1.9 million in 4 years. That means that there are 500,000 less active sellers than there were in 2021. This means that while many are attempting to sell on Amazon, fewer are sustaining their businesses, leading to less competition for really dedicated sellers who are committed to figuring this marketplace out. Stat number 2 that really stood out to me, there is increased traffic per seller. This quote, "Amazon's traffic has remained relatively stable since 2021, but the reduction in active sellers has increased the monthly traffic per seller ratio from 2,162 visits per seller in 2021 to 2,837 visits per seller in 2025, a 31% improvement." So what that is saying is that even though there isn't necessarily much more traffic that is going to the site, because there are fewer active sellers, that means that every seller essentially has a bigger piece of the traffic pie. More traffic per seller translates to greater visibility and potential sales for those who remain committed and stay in the game. Stat number 3, there is growth in third-party sales. Amazon's top-line revenue grew 36% from $470 billion in 2021 to $638 billion in 2024. Essentially, the share of units sold by third-party sellers rising to an all-time high of 62% in Q4 2024, up from 56% in Q4 2021. That was throwing a lot of numbers your way, but essentially what this is saying is this indicates that third-party sellers are capturing a larger slice of Amazon's growing revenue, meaning that you can take a bigger bite out of a bigger pie. So we're seeing that not only are third-party sellers getting more traffic opportunity, but there is also more sales volume that is going to third-party sellers. So as we know, traffic doesn't just instantly translate into conversions, but the more traffic you have and the more opportunity you have to convert each individual customer, the better for your bottom line. And if you know how to really refine and hone in your sales page and your copy and your messaging and your imagery and your branding and all of those things that we spend so much time talking about here on this channel, then you are poised to really win big. And stat number 4, the brands that stick are thriving. More than 60% of the top 10,000 sellers on Amazon.com registered before 2019. This isn't a crash necessarily. This is really a correction. This is brands that know how to show up with intention, they're winning. Brands that know how to roll with the punches and adjust and figure things out when the going gets tough. They understand how to be resilient. They are committed to playing the long game. They're the ones that are winning. This suggests that sustained commitment and experience on the platform are key drivers for success. Now, of course, there are other factors that are going into play there. For example, if you started selling in 2019 or before, then that is a lot more traction, a lot more reviews, a lot more brand recognition, but only if you're playing the game right, because along the same lines, there are many, many thousands of sellers who started in 2019 that are no longer on the platform. So don't be discouraged by this if you are not on Amazon already, and take this as a sign that you are doomed to fail. Just take it as a recognition that it takes sustained, committed effort over the long run, and that there may be bumps, but just like in any type of business, it's really about having that clarity, that vision, that commitment to the bigger picture, and being able to be resilient and scrappy and committed to figuring things out. So what does this mean for you? If you're already selling on Amazon, this should be your wake-up call. This isn't the time to sit back. It's the time to step up. Because while the quantity of competition might be shrinking, the quality of competition is rising. That means that your brand positioning, your listing, your imagery, it all matters now more than ever before. And if you're getting started, good news, it is not too late. The increasing share of third-party sales highlights the potential for independent brands to thrive. So here are a few quick-fire strategies to help you win in today's Amazon. Number one is you should audit your category. When was the last time that you really did a survey of your competition, a deep competitive analysis to really understand where things stand and how you stack up? This is definitely something that you need to do if you're not yet selling on Amazon. But if you are already selling on Amazon, my guess is that it's been a while since you did a thorough competitive analysis. And as we are seeing from this article from Marketplace Pulse, a lot may have changed in your category. And so you really want to make sure that you do a deep dive to identify who's dropped off, who has maybe risen in the ranks, who is your top competition, who is chomping at the bit, eager to usurp your top spot. Check competitor reviews, look for gaps in their positioning and messaging. If you'd like a video that goes deep into this, I have one that walks you through my exact process that I use to conduct really thorough competitor research. This is an absolute must. Number two, double down on clarity. What makes your product different, better? Who is it for? If you can't answer that in one sentence, you've got some work to do. And even more so, if I were to take a look at your listing right now and it is not immediately obvious to me why your product is better than the competition, who its target audience is for, the problems that it's going to help me solve, then you are going to be handing your sales opportunities and leaving them goodbye, because your competitors are going to snatch them right up. 3, invest in your brand and optimize your listings. Your listing isn't a checklist. It's your storefront. Everything from your main image to your A+ content and everything in between tells a story and is an opportunity to connect directly with your target customer, even in this new world that we're entering in the age of AI, where customers are no longer even going to the search bar. They're going to the preferred AI chat tool and they are searching for a solution. This becomes even more important because your listing is not just about communicating to your customer, but also about communicating to the AI, helping the AI understand what your product is, what situations it shines in, who is your target customer. So you really need to have that clarity and you really need to have that highly refined content so that it is able to speak to both sets of the customer and the AI to maximize your potential to win in every single setting. Every single pixel of your Amazon listing must tell the customer, I'm the right choice. By the way, if you're wondering whether your listings are optimized to do this correctly, we offer a free listing analysis. You can go ahead and click the link below or go to marketingbyemma.com/free analysis to claim that, and we will get back to you with some feedback about what you can do to take your listing to the next level. 4, I had a bit of a teaser, but number 4 we teased in number 3, which is leverage search changes. Amazon's moving to a much more personalized, AI-driven shopping experience, and this means that everything from your keyword strategy and your SEO to the way that you optimize listings is changing profoundly. And so if you have not updated your listing in a couple of years, if you are not really staying up to date with what is happening now in the world of search and discovery, both on and off of Amazon, you're likely falling behind, which is why I would suggest that you subscribe to this channel. And I actually have a playlist that goes in depth into the intersection of AI, e-commerce, and customer behavior so that you are armed with the information that you need in order to grow and succeed in this fast-moving environment. You need to stand out or you're going to fade out. Copying your competitors is not a shortcut, it's a trap. Find your angle and lead with value. This is not easy to do, but it is essential. If you are always just chasing the top competitor and trying to play the exact same game that they are, then you are going to waste a lot of resources and effort and time that you could be investing into developing and growing something unique and cultivating that fandom and really elevating your business to the next level. And number 6, you must invest in advertising. If you are hoping that you are just going to achieve immaculate organic success, that's just not how Amazon works. If you really want to take your business to new heights, then you must develop a solid advertising strategy. Amazon has a whole suite of advertising tools that you can use to increase product visibility, drive sales, even to do more sophisticated things like enhance your brand visibility and recognition. For every stage of the funnel, there are products that you can use to really drive the results that your business needs. A lot of these are very simple to use on a self-service basis, or if you feel like you need some help with your advertising strategy, then please send us a message and we would be happy to connect you with some experts who can help you unlock your business goals. Look, Amazon isn't dead, it's just different. And that difference could work in your favor if you take action now. You may have heard fables of the Amazon of yesteryear and how success was effortless, but just because we are no longer living in that reality doesn't mean that success is impossible. Now is still a great time for you to be able to build that brand of your dreams on Amazon. And since we're on the topic of competition, and even though competition might be lower than it has been in years, I think you could still use some help figuring out how to truly outshine your top competitors. And that's why you should definitely click the video that's popping up right here that will tell you exactly what you need to do to steal that top spot from your competitors. So go ahead, click that video right now. I better see you over there. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Bye.